Hello, happy Friday everybody. I'm super excited. I wanted to do a little introduction video of myself. I am going to start talking about tools that I use and having conversations, and we'll see where this goes. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I hope that it resonates with you, and I'm always open to conversations, and I think it's just time that people stand in their truth and share their truth, because everybody has a beautiful purpose and truth to themselves, and the sooner you realize that, the better the world will be. So one big thing I will say is that I am here to unleash the world's divine potential, okay? And divine can be authentic, it can be genuine, whatever you want to take it at. It is literally like the core of your potential, of the highest power that you have inside of yourself. So, with that being said, my name is Jenna. I am known as Laelyx for this. When I really want to start having some important conversations, maybe things that people don't talk about, and some of the things you may think I am crazy, and guess what? That's okay. One thing I have learned from a young age is that not everybody is going to align with you. In fact, I've gone from a place of being loved and in a very centered in a community and things like that, and then all of a sudden, with a snap of a finger, it was beaten down. People hated me because rumors and things like that, and I had to learn, just because when the world completely crumbles beneath your feet and there's nothing left for you, what's left? You, your mind, you, and that's it. So I'm really big on unleashing that inside of you, because yes, the external is important, but it comes from within inside of you. We're unleashing that, unchaining that, letting it free. So, there's a lot of energy going on this lunar eclipse that is coming. I am Mountain Standard Time, which is 2 hours behind Eastern Standard Time, and I think the peak of the lunar eclipse will be July 4th at 10:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 12:30 a.m. Eastern. So if you want to get a good look at it, bask in the awesome glory of it, whatever you feel like doing, I would probably say be out there a little bit before the peak to really see it. So really cool, really exciting. So with this, I am a big person on, I love learning. I'm like a sponge. And so I love hearing people's ideas with an open heart and an open mind, okay? The thing is that I understand and I see a bigger picture behind the scenes, okay? So what that means is that it's kind of, and everybody has this potential to do this, okay? What I'm saying is that I have tapped into that potential, and I really want everybody to be able to tap into that, okay? Worldly dramas, they're real. They feel real, but when you learn how to control and to center and to find out who you truly are, it no longer feels like the world's falling beneath your feet, okay? You can recognize it, you can see it. I think there's one thing that's been kind of posted around, and I'll have to remember who it's by, but it was a really cool painting of a painting with the artist looking at his painting, and it was something that had said, it's pretty good. It's beautiful to know that I'm the creator, the observer, and the participant in my life. And that is huge, because it's true. And you have to learn to balance and know where that is, and to feel the feelings. I've been around people who shove their feelings down and try and get along in this world, with business, and become this bitch boss babe or whatever it may be, and have no feelings, and men who just tear people down. Let me tell you something. There is a difference with strength, hiding behind your pride and your ego, creating a wall, which in turn actually breaks down your body, breaks down your mind, and is very harmful to yourself and to other people. and your vibration, because everything has a vibration. You can look up information and Google that shit. Everything has a vibration in this world. Compared to having strength and vulnerability. Okay? It means having boundaries. It means having empathy. The biggest is compassion and love. Okay? And it's really beautiful because right now we have, for centuries, played this game, okay, of I'm right, oh, we're gonna fight about it, bullshit, okay? And yes, I swear that's how it goes. Please excuse me, if it doesn't sit right with you, just fair warning, try not to, but it gets so lit. And we've tried this over and over again, and now who's right? And there's one picture that's really interesting, is that you can have a cylinder, okay? You can have a cylinder floating in the air. And on one side, when you have a light behind it and you shine, you see the shadow of a circle, okay? On the other wall, you have a light shine behind it, and you have a shadow of a square. Truth. So the square and the circle, that's not truth, but the square and the circle are true. But the cylinder is the truth of everything, okay? So when you're speaking with somebody, because you've never experienced their life before, you can't understand. Well, we have a really big capacity of understanding and relating to people and having that empathy, having that compassion, and really putting ourselves in other people's shoes when we lower our walls and step in, okay? Now, because we have that capacity, it still doesn't mean that we view it from the same angle. And seeing it from a higher perspective, you can see the cylinder, you can see the square, and you can see the circle, okay? So, mind-blowing, I know, but it's true. When you step back and observe, you can see what's happening, and you can see the truth. When you see the truth, you no longer have to fight against things, okay? What you do is just be and light up the fucking world by being, and you change it, and you share your truth. That doesn't mean fight with people about it, okay? And I think this is really hard for us to understand because we have had thousands, not even just centuries, but just thousands of years. Just so long of fighting about who is right and wrong. And that is being held against us in this life. And it's so crazy to me because I understand why, but I want everybody to just be like, look, see, and you can get there, and you can see both sides and still be centered, still be on your path, still be doing what's right for you and figuring your shit out and doing the thing and living this life to your fullest potential. Okay? So I am here to pull that truth out. So I really want people to be able to see that, to have the capacity, because guess what? There's a lot of new age terms and things going around, as people like to say, new earth and stuff. If you're into a lot of that, which I am, but I feel like this is for everybody to just level up, because it is time. What has worked before is not working. It's crumbling. It's absolutely breaking down, and it has to change, okay? And it will change. And the biggest thing that you can do is figure out what is right for you, and you share that to the core, whatever it may be, because there is so many facets of life that you can just tap into. And guess what? You can respect and love people for doing what they're doing, okay? And we all have to come from a place of love and understanding, okay? And love has been so twisted and turned in our society that we literally have to gut ourselves out. We have to break down all of our walls, all of our beliefs, and rebuild, okay? And I'm not saying that means that you're wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying that we need to look at things in a new way, As I said, we need to see the circle, we need to see the square, and we need to see the cylinder, okay? If anything, if we can start to understand that the circle and square are still true, then we'll start to understand and piece together that cylinder to know that it is the truth, okay, that is out there. All right, you can talk about conspiracies and things like that, but let me tell you, this world is meant to live in abundance, okay? This world of everybody in it is meant to be creators and not just be stuck in this cycle of 9 to 5 being depressed. Let me tell you, and I think there was one thing, I don't know if Jim Carrey said it, but I saw this meme that was, when you're depressed, your avatar is sick of playing that character. It is sick of doing what you are doing. Okay? You know, I can talk about, lots of things, darkness and light. It's the same fucking pole, just at different ends. Okay? Same pole, different ends. I believe the, is it Divine Magic, the Kabbalion? I'm gonna say it so wrong. But anyway, there's a book called The Divine Magic, and it's based off the Kabbalion, and I know I'm slaughtering that, but it talks about that. It's the same thing with happiness, sadness. They are the same pole, okay? It's kind of like sound. We have low sound, high sound, no sound, a lot of sound, right? And you can change the dial. It's the same thing, and you are able to do that. It's just like people who have really, you can call them ascended masters and things like that, but people who have really learned how to manipulate energy, which a lot are ascended masters, they have learned how to manipulate their body temperature, okay? Gosh, I wish I could remember his name, but it's on Goop. And he does the cold. He gets in the cold, and he is a master manipulator of the temperature. And I've seen other people who can do that inside. They aren't the only ones who can do that. And that's the problem, is that people are like thinking that we've been hiding this secret and things like that, because people weren't ready. Well, guess what? Everybody's ready now. At your own pace. Like I said, if this resonates with you, here we go. Let's go on this ride. All right. If it doesn't, okay, that's okay. Keep doing what you're doing, and, that's all right. But I will say that it is time now. These are not secrets. These are things for people to know. It's changing the rules of the game is what's happening here. And I'm so fucking excited. I'm getting so many chills. You think synchronicities are just coincidences? They talk about, I know that there's a theory, and I'll get better at memorizing things, but to where a certain sequence of cards, right, is like 1 in 1 billion to get, but you can get it just like that. It should be 1 in 1 billionth impossible. The universe is way too intelligent for things to be by accident, okay? And I will tell you one thing that Gary Acevedo, a workshop I went to, Magical Realms, was amazing. When you're on a path, okay? Right, for you. And there's no right or wrong in this, okay? It's just, if you get off the path, you have lessons. When you're on the path, you can call them blessings. If you don't like the term blessings, think about it as less friction. It becomes easier. You flow with the water, right? You become water. It's flowy, and you just go, and you understand. When you get off, it becomes really fucking rocky, okay? And it goes a little crazy. So you learn all these things, and then you become a really nice, refined pebble back onto where you want to go. Follow your heart, get in the dream. And everyone has this capability, and it's really beautiful. I know I'm taking super long with this. I'm actually headed to the gym right now, but here's a little introduction kind of into the mind of moi. If you have questions and things just about life, like, throw them at me. I would love to have a discussion, because we need to have discussions, things that are outside of the box, things that we're worried about people judging us for. That was something that I had a really hard time getting used to and super worried about. Okay, I was really worried, and it's still like, I still have a little bit of this, but now it's like, you know what? No, I am here to serve, follow my path, and I can't be worrying about what people think of me. Okay, and this is why, David Icke, whatever he believes, even if it's like super crazy and stuff like that, I look up to people who go against the grain and follow their heart, because no one would just want to be laughed at and to be made fun of and called many names and like a fraud. Like, who wants to go through that? You know, it's the same thing, you know, in life, you know, with you know, gay, trans, you know, things like that. You know, for me, like, I had an open relationship and things, you know, like things that are against the grain. Who wants to go through that? You know why you do those things is because it feels right to you. And that's important that you speak that, because you shouldn't be receiving that information. You need to have that information and feel it and let it out. All right. So anyway, we can talk more on that. I think it's, but just remember, please, 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 if you have questions, like, throw them at me, message me. You know, if you think I'm weird, if you want clarification, because I know my mind is like, blah, 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 you know, especially because I had some coffee before the gym. But the biggest takeaway is you are a powerful fucking human being that you don't even know, because if you did, there would be nothing standing in your way and you'd have no idea, and eventually you will get there. But just remember that it's within you and you are loved. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I know you have a purpose here. I know why you're here, and it's super exciting. And whether or not I've actually met you or not is besides the point, because you've all had an impact in my life in one form or another. And I appreciate the support for the people who have reached out to me, right in the heart feels. So anyway, Liberty Pieces, have a happy 4th. I will be talking about some other tools and everything. Hope this was a good introductory video for you all to see my craziness. It'll probably just get more crazy, but thanks for being here, and yeah, have a good one. Much love, my friend. Unleash the beast. Rah.